Japan doesn't want the world to know what they did, but I'm here with the truth today. I just went to see the movie Dead to Rights, which is about the Nanjing Massacre, and it takes place right after the fall of Nanjing, which used to be the capital of China. Over 300,000 people lost their lives during the massacre, and while watching the movie, I really felt the hopes, the dreams, the lives, and the heartbreak of each person. I cried from the beginning to the end of the movie. And the worst part, the Japanese has lied to its people that this ever happened. They've never formally apologized, and they've tried to wipe it from the world's history in general. But guess what? It hasn't worked. Iris Chung was one of the first people to expose what happened in Nanjing. She broke a 6-decade-long international silence on the matter. Did you know that even Nazis were freaked out about what the Japanese did in Nanjing? This brings me to my next hero, what some call the good Nazi, John Raab. He rescued over 250,000 civilians by using his Nazi status. When he would see people who needed rescuing, he would show his armband, he would say some things in German, scare them, and then take them to safety into what's called the safety zone, which he helped to establish. This movie is a 10 out of 10. It's hard to watch, but I think it's a must watch. Everything that you see the Japanese do in the movie really happened in real life. The story follows a Chinese man who was forced to develop film for a Japanese war photographer. The pictures showed horrific things that the Japanese did to the Chinese. As they were developed in the dark room with the red light, I felt like they were dripping in blood. The photographer capturing these images showed that even though this wasn't a gun, it was just as bad as a gun, because capturing these evil things happening is also evil. The characters had a lot of depth, and the character development showed the transformation of what happens to people during war. For the Japanese, they just got more and more twisted. But for Chinese people, in the beginning, they just wanted to flee. They were so desperate. But in the end, you could see that deep down, Chinese people have a pure heart full of empathy. And Chinese people, at their core, are good people. This is something that I see mirrored in present day, and a huge reason why I want to live in China and raise my kids here. Chinese people were never the ones going off and starting fights or wars. And the most incredible part of this movie didn't happen on screen. It's what's happened in real life 80 years later. Despite the hell, the torture, the horrific things that happened, China has rebuilt and is stronger than ever. Like a phoenix, they rose. I feel proud to live in a country where people have so much strength and resilience. Have you seen this movie, or do you plan on going to see it? And for my foreign friends out there, I know this won't be advertised for, so I hope that as many people as possible can see my video. Go watch it. It's a must-see. It's history that we weren't taught in schools, but we should have been. It's the Forgotten Holocaust.